Hello, Just Too Good here, back for another review, and today we're reviewing the LEGO DC Comics Superheroes Justice League 2015 set. It's set number 76040. It's called the Brainiac Attack. It has 179 pieces, 4 minifigures, and it retails for $25 in the United States. And this is a Target exclusive in the United States. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, which stores it's exclusive to, but now let's take a look at the packaging. So here's the box for the set. It has kind of a wide design to it. And the back right there. And also there's one instruction booklet. Interestingly enough, no comic book adventure for this set whatsoever. There's no comic book included or anything like that. So it's one of the only sets that are more expensive than like $20 for the DC Comics line altogether that does not include a comic book adventure. You can see some of the advertisements in there as well. Alright, so here is Supergirl, and this minifigure is exclusive to the set. We've never gotten a Supergirl minifigure before. And that's very nice because she has some great printing all around. She has a nice new leg printing right there with some skirts and boot designs. She has a nice new torso print, which has the Supergirl symbol or Superman symbol in the middle right there. And she looks really ripped, which is cool. And she has a nice new face print right there, where she has kind of a neutral look on the front with a nice lip color right there. It's not that traditional red lipstick coloring. And on her back facial design, you can see she has the heat vision eyes, much like Superman. And the back of her torso has a nice design as well. Her hairpiece is not new in this color or exclusive to the set in this color, but it's kind of rare to get this piece in this color. It's come in a few sets before. This is one of the cheaper ways to get it in terms of the price of the set that it comes in. And she also has that new cloth design for the cape. So that's pretty cool. And now on to the next minifigure. And here is Martian Manhunter. This is the second Martian Manhunter we've gotten in LEGO form. But this one is exclusive to this set and different from the last one we got, which was a promotional minifigure. You can see his torso printing and facial printing. He has that new style of cape and also a top cape piece, which reveals his no back facial printing on his headpiece. But this back torso print or torso piece is a different material than this cape. It's the kind of the paper cape that we're used to getting. And you could compare him to the one from last year, and you can see how different they are. They have a different kind of eye design. I actually like this one better because it looks more detailed than this one. And their kind of torsos are different. And he has no leg printing, while the promotional minifigure does have leg printing right there. And here is Brainiac, and Brainiac has a very cool design, and this is the first one of the first minifigure of Brainiac we've ever gotten in LEGO form. You can see his torso printing right there, which has all these kind of a robotic look to it, or a mech look to it. And his face print would be cool if he wasn't showing his face or his teeth too much. It still looks really good, but like I would have preferred if he didn't show his teeth, so it would have had a more neutral look to it. But now, if you use the headpiece, he's always gritting his teeth. And you can see his back head print has some very cool printing right there, which is some very nice detailing. And the same goes for his back torso print, which is very cool. Last up, the minifigure that we're going to take a look at is Superman. This one is the same one in the Darkseid Invasion set. And he's not new to 2015 as well. This is the same one that you could find in the Lex Luthor sets from 2012, except his face print is from the Man of Steel sets of 2013. The only thing that's kind of new to 2015 is his cape material, which is that new cape material that's kind of a cloth type material. And you can see his face print right there. As I was saying, it's the same one used in the Man of Steel sets. And his back face has the what is it called? The heat vision eyes. And his hairpiece right here is the same one that was used since 2012 for Superman. Alright, so here's the main build of the set, which is Brainiac's Skull Ship. It's pretty big for a $25 build. It's about the size of 4 minifigures stood on top of each other. So yeah, pretty decent size. And it is a very important vehicle in the DC Comics universe. And LEGO's interpretation of it is pretty faithful to the design. You got kind of their main recognizable features like the skull head on front, the little cockpit design, and kind of the UFO-like design with the tentacles coming out from the bottom. You only get 6 tentacles here, and the usual design, I believe, has 8. So that's a little bit, I guess, inaccurate, but still, it keeps the price down, and it makes sense because there's space to fit 6 tentacles. I don't want them to put any other added parts on the bottom and make it more wider or whatnot. So it's a very, very good interpretation of the vehicle from the comics. On the side, there are some stickers right there. Those are 2 separate stickers. The back has those little engines, which look pretty nice. This side right here, again, has those stickers found on the other sides, but, you know, for fitting this side. But it also has this little ray gun right here, which doesn't shoot anything, kind of surprisingly. I would think that I would shoot something, but it does involve a play feature, and it's kind of made a little bit loose so you can knock it down. And we'll show that play feature in a little bit. I just wanted to get a good look at the vehicle. I really like how they made this front skull design, because the skull design is very simple but very effective. It has a very kind of unique design where they use these little curves right here and these little corner pieces. So that looks very nice. And the only downside about that is if you put that on front, it's going to block Brainiac when you put him in his own vehicle. So you're going to have to kind of stand him up like that, and he fits in there quite well. And you'll only kind of see the top of his head. Or if you put him a little bit like this, you might see a little bit more of his head, which for some people that might be a downside. I don't mind it too much because it still looks kind of cool. It looks very menacing when you have just his eyes showing on top of the skull. But you can see he fits in there very well because it's pretty spacious in there. On the box it shows him standing up, because if you put him sitting down, he's going to be blocked by his little skull head design on the front. But there's also room for these little antennas right here, which are these little control sticks. A little double cheese slope, which has a sticker on it, which shows a little bit of a radar design with a skull head on it. And yeah, that's really it for the vehicle's cockpit. One thing to note is that this little wind glass right here is very rare to get in this color, because it only comes in this set in this trans light green or lime green color. And I really like how they included that, because it makes room for another rare piece in the set. On the bottom, you can see how those little antennas work. They're just kind of put onto this little Technic connector part with these pins, which is pretty cool. And you can move them around 360 degrees if you want, so you can position them any way you like for all 6 of them. So that's very nice. And the last part I want to show are the 2 little play features. You got, on this side, you got a little flick and fire missile, so if you push that, the missile will go flying. And on this side, you got that wobbly play feature, which disconnects all the time because those little Technic pins aren't secure in there. So they kind of slide out. But if you play around with it, it's not going to totally slide out unless you keep on shaking it or whatnot. But the main play feature for that is you put Superman or any of the other minifigures in the set on their super jumper directly under it. And if you give the super jumper kind of a good push, and you hit it, which I don't know why it's not hitting, it's supposed to fall out. And I mean, sometimes it works. You might have to loosen it up just a little bit, but when it does work, it's actually pretty cool as a play feature. There you go. So it kind of flies off. So it looks like Superman's probably breaking up Brainiac's ship. So that's it for this design. Pretty cool. Only uses about 5 stickers, and that's it. And now let's go on to the final, my final verdict. Overall, this set is a pretty good deal in the United States. You get 4 minifigures, a pretty sweet vehicle, all for $25. It is a Target exclusive, so you're probably going to have to make your way to Target if you live in the US to get this set. And the minifigures themselves are very, very good for the most part. The only disappointing one is Superman himself, because Superman, this version is identical to one in another set of this wave, and all the pieces have come in many other sets across the past around 4 years. So it's very easy to get this minifigure or make this minifigure yourself. But other than that, I mean, the design of Brainiac's ship is a pretty nice design. The downside, I guess you could say, is that it is 179 pieces for $25. They could have easily maybe made this a $20 set, throw off Superman, but then again, Superman does sell sets, so we can't complain too much about that. It's nice to get the Superman minifigure again, but it's just, I wish it would have been maybe an exclusive version. I do like the play features in this set, though. You got one flick and fire missile, which, whatever, but I like that one where you have to knock off this little part right here from the ship. I think that's actually a pretty clever design, and I just wish the super jumper was a feature that was kind of worked on a little bit more in its molding, because its molding kind of, you know, ruins the back of their minifigure legs because it's too hard to take it off and whatnot, as I showed earlier in the close-up of the set. So I do rate the set an A. It's a really good set, one of the, I guess, bright spots of this DC Comics Superheroes 2015 lineup, even though the rest of the sets are pretty good too. And that's it for now, and I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys enjoyed this review.